Hello, everybody. Welcome to our meeting. Could we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
I go first now. Leah Leone, welcome.
Brett Miller.
Ann Markoulis.
Angela Ramo.
Maria Venuto.
Hi, Megan Levine.
Hi, Maureen Jimenez.
Okay, so we're gonna, at this point, we're gonna appoint a temporary chairperson, which is Mr. Venator here.
Yes, I'm here. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, so the first order of business is to administer the oath of office for our new trustees or trustees that were reelected. So we'll start with Brett Miller. All right, Mr. Miller, repeat after me. Hello. I, Brett Miller,
I, Brett Miller,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Board of Education trustee
the duties of Board of Education trustee
for the Glen Cove City School District
for the Glen Cove City School District
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we're going to take the oath of our new superintendent. What's that?
We got a couple more trustees.
Okay, yeah, I was doing it in the order.
Oh, he's here.
Okay. I, Alexia Doshner,
I, Alexa Dushner,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Superintendent of Schools
of Superintendent of Schools
for the Glen Cove City School District
for the Glen Cove City School District
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Next, we have Maria Venuto.
What about? With Leah. Needs to. You have to be sworn in again, yeah.
But I'll change it when we can.
Oh, you meant to do. Okay, mistake in the book. Leah.
She's making it look
I
bad.
didn't do it. The book did.
The book, blame the book.
I, Leah Leone,
I, Leah Leone,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Board of Education trustee
of Board of Education trustee
for the Glen Cove City School District
for the Glen Cove City School District
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, we will take nominations for the position of President of the Board of Education. Do I have any nominations? Yes?
I would like to nominate Angela Ramos.
I'm sorry, say it again?
I would like to nominate Angela Ramos for
Okay.
president of the Board of Ed.
Are there any other nominations? There being no other nominations, the nominations are now closed. So we have a motion to have Angela Ramos serve as president for the 25-26 school year. I have a motion. I have a second. All those in favor? Motion carries. Angela is new president of the Board of Education. I swear you. I, Angela Ramos,
I, Angela Ramo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of President of the Board of Education
of President of the Board of Education
for the Glen Cove City School District
for the Glen Cove City School District,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Angela.
Thank you.
At this time, I will take nominations for the position of Vice President of the Board of Education. Yes?
I would like to nominate, I'd like to nominate Ann Markoulis.
Do I have any other nominations? There being none, I declare the nominations are now closed. Do I have a motion to have Ann Markoulis serve as Vice President of the Board? I have a first. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor? Motion carries. Ann Markoulis is now the Vice President of the Board of Education. I, Ann Markoulis,
I, Ann Markoulis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Vice President of the Board of Education
of the Vice President of the Board of Education
of the Glen Cove City School District
of the Glen Cove City School District,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. I'll now turn the meeting over to the new President of the Board of Education.
Okay, so we move on. Oh, welcome, everyone. Congratulations, Leah and Brett, on returning and becoming a new trustee. Thank you guys for coming. And we'd like to welcome Alexa also as our new super and our new board administrator. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we have to vote on, should we do it page by page? Ida, is that? All right, I'd like to, can we have a motion to appoint the district clerk? Anne and Maria? All in favor? Okay, 7. Then do we want to do the rest page by page, or do we? Okay. So then can I get a motion for numbers 14 through 23? Do you want me to read all of them, what they are?
You don't need to.
Okay. Maria and Maureen? Any questions? All in favor? 7? Okay. Then we have 24 through 32. Can I get a motion? Megan and Maureen? Any questions, comments? All right, all in favor? Okay, great, 7. Now 33 through 41. Can I get a motion? Anne and Brett? All in favor? 7. And now 42 through 49. Leah? And can I get a second? Brett? All in favor? 7. And then 50 through 55. Leah and Brett? All in favor? 7. And 56 through 63. Oh, did I mess something up? Right, okay, sorry. 56 through 62. Maria and Brett, all in favor? 7? Okay, for 63, we're going to establish the committees. Audit and policy are the two that we have to do. So let's do audit committee first. Who's interested in doing audit? Maureen, Brett, and Megan? Is everyone good with that? Okay. Now for policy, who's interested in policy? Maria, Leah, and Anne? You guys okay with that too? All right. Sounds good. Now, previously we had an education committee. So do we want to form it now? Do we want to wait? How does everyone feel about this? Maria?
I would be willing to form it now, but I would like to have a discussion about the form, what form it will take and, who's really interested. Like, I just want to clarify, like, what the board really wants to get out of it and
Okay.
what it should look like, so.
So
I mean,
It was
here's one
previous-
question I have. Is it possible for us, if we're interested, to form a committee of the whole for this committee? Or would we do something else if all the board members wanted to be part of the discussion? And maybe Chris wants to advise us while he's here. But
Well, if you have a quorum of the board present, then it would be considered a public meeting. So you would have to follow all the rules associated with being a public meeting. If you have less than a quorum, then it would not be required to be a public meeting, and you don't have to follow all those procedures.
But aren't our committees typically open to the public anyway?
Well, they don't have to be. There are only certain committees that have to be open to the public. An audit committee is one of those. Shared decision-making committees is another one. But most committees that don't have the power to act, but simply to make recommendations to the rest of the board, they're not required to be open to the public. I mean, you can, but it's not required.
I know that that's been our practice, is to post all the agendas, the minutes, everything for the committee, so I don't know that would necessarily need to change. I agree that we should form the education committee. I liked in the past that we were looking at specific issues around the curriculum, particularly as new curriculum was being introduced into the district. But I also feel like ideas that have been brought up maybe would be a better focus, particularly since there's been a lot of changes on the federal level and now, which then impacts the states. And so I think it would maybe be good to almost like, in a way, see how education and policy can dovetail, although policy I know is policy of the district, but look at, like what was suggested by Alexa, just looking at how different mandates from the federal government and the state are going to be affecting education moving forward, like sort of broader issues than just curriculum. And I think that might be more timely. And then, as needed, if something comes up with curriculum and we need to examine that, that can certainly happen. But that would be my position, and I would like to sit on that committee. To be honest, whether or not it's that, but that's sort of my thought.
Leah?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on this committee since, I guess, for 6 years now, and I got a lot out of it, especially this past year. I think we talked about a lot of really good topics and had really good presentations. I mean, if other board members want to come, they can sit in, no? Or is that, right? They can? In the past, we've sort of just had a Google Doc where we, threw in ideas. I think that's probably maybe the best way to start, is where, we all just put ideas in on what we want to see for the year.
I
That's
do
my
like
take.
that possibly addressing the federal issues and how that will trickle down and affect us, because I think that's something we need to be proactive about.
And I'd like to stay on it if possible.
Are you okay with that?
I think so. I just don't have a sense of who else wants to be on it and who,
Maureen, you've previously been on education. Do you want to
I've been on the
stay?
education committee. I think it's a great committee. If somebody else wants the opportunity, I'm happy to give it to them, but I'm more than happy to stay on.
Brett or Ann, do you have,
yeah, what do people want to do?
what do you want to do? Do you?
I've also been on the Education Committee for quite some time, and I did get a lot out of it. Just one little thing, I just would like to get input from when we appoint our new curriculum position, what that vision is going to be as well. So I think a collaborative conversation would also be very, very helpful to also get that vision, we're all together. Whoever else would like to be on it, I don't mind stepping down, but if nobody else would like to be on it, I will be more than happy to stay in. So whatever you all decide.
Brett, do you want to stay on it, or would you like to be on it, or do you want Maureen, or do you not really care?
I think I communicated that I don't know my strengths yet.
Okay.
Where Maureen, you probably know your strengths, and you know your strengths. So I will defer
Okay.
on that one.
So it looks like it's going to be Maureen, Megan, and Leah, yes.
Well, I'd like to be on it.
Oh, so then I'll
Okay.
step down.
All right, so
You have a
Maria,
question?
Leah, and Megan.
Yep.
Angela.
Yes.
I do have a question. You had mentioned that, I think you were saying, Maria, that maybe everybody, it's a full board committee?
That's what I was sort of toying with and thinking we could have a conversation about, because it seems so, if the issues we're discussing are these, as heavy as, these federal things and issues that are going to be tied to monetary decisions as well, I was just wondering about just, kind of reconceptualizing what that could look like. And, but, again, it's just an open discussion. Like, I'm not trying to
Well,
push
there
any-
were education committee meetings that some of us sat in on, but didn't necessarily participate, so maybe we could do a similar thing. Is that okay? No?
You indicated that in the past, these committees were open to the public?
Yeah, they've always been.
So then, if that's your policy and that's your practice, you certainly can have all board members either participate or not participate, and just advertise it as a public meeting, and you're fine.
I just feel like committing ourselves to being a full board committee, the issue is going to be scheduling meetings. Just like the functionality, I know in the past, and again, we need to see what is going to happen when we have the chair of the committee come on board. But in the past, I know that the committee met approximately like once a month, essentially. I just worry that we're like, okay, all 7 of us, and now we all have to find a day once a month where all 7 of us are going. It's like, it just may not be something that's feasible.
But I just wanted to clarify, if 4 people show up at a meeting, if we have a quorum at a meeting, do we then have to have a formal meeting? No. Okay. All right, I misunderstood. Thank you.
You can establish tonight, for instance, you can say we're going to have 3 people on the committee, but have as a matter of practice and procedure, that any board member can attend the committee, can attend the meeting, and you're already, posting it as a public meeting. The public is allowed to participate, so I don't think you'd run afoul of not having a quorum if you do it that way.
Yeah, that's, I think, what I would like to do. Okay, great. So then can I get a motion to adjourn? And then we'll... Oh, I'm sorry. We did. We have to vote? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Should we vote on the committees before we do Ida's oath?
You can do either one.
All right, so for Audit Committee, can I get a motion to approve Megan, Maureen, and Brett on the Audit Committee? Leah and Ann? All in favor? 7? Okay, and then for Policy, it would be Maria, Leah, and Ann. Can I get a motion? Maureen and Megan? All in favor? 7? And then for the Education Committee, it would be Megan, Maria, and Leah. Can I get a motion? Leah and Ann? And can I get 7? Okay, thank you. And then Ida's oath.
Where are you going to look? Okay. Yes. I, Ida Johnson,
I, Ida Johnson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of District Clerk
the duties of District Clerk
according to the best of my ability.
for the Glen Cove City School District
For the Glen Cove City School District.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Let me fill this out now.
Yes.
Okay, can I now get a motion to adjourn the reorganization meeting, and then we will go into the regular meeting? Brett and Ann. All in favor? 7. Okay. Since it's 7:30, do I roll right into the regular meeting? Okay, so can everyone rise for the pledge? Sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Let's do roll call one more time.
Leah Leone,
Brett Miller.
Maria Venuto.
Ann Markoulis.
Angela Ramo.
Megan Levine?
Maureen Jimenez.
Okay. So can I get a motion for the approval of the minutes from June 18th and from June 23rd? Maria? And what? Oh. Any questions or comments about it? Everyone good? Can I get, did I get a second? I'm sorry. Sure. All in favor, I'm sorry. 7. I'll get better. He's abstaining, so it's 6.
that's
And
what I was mumbling, I'm sorry.
Leah, had her hand up, right? So you'll be the second? Yeah? Okay. 6. Okay, no committee reports. Now we have, ready for the superintendent's report? Okay, superintendent's report.
Thank you. I would like to begin my first superintendent's report by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to the community for entrusting me with this very important role. I deeply value the trust and confidence you have placed in me, and I do not take it for granted. I remain fully committed to serving the students and staff of the Glen Cove City School District, and I look forward to working with this board and with future boards to support the success and well-being of every student. So to begin my superintendent's report, I want to share some of the photos that I took at the graduations and the moving up ceremonies that I attended last week. This, as you probably can tell from all of my PowerPoint presentations, is my favorite photo to take all year. This is our graduating class at Glen Cove High School as they toss their caps and as the valedictorian looks on. It is a proud moment for all of us, and we cheer them on as they move past our building and into the world, into careers, college, and the armed forces. So congratulations to the graduates. I also had the pleasure to see our 8th grade students as they moved up to the high school. Half of them I know from Landing School, where I served as their principal, so it was once again a very proud moment for me to see them walk across the stage. I cannot believe that they're going into high school. The last time that I officially, was a part of their moving up for half of them was when they were 5th graders, and most of them were shorter than me, so that was very nice to see. Congratulations to the 8th grade moving up class of Findlay Middle School. Now we transition to our youngest learners. I had the privilege of being invited by the YMCA to their pre-K moving up ceremony. Their theme was the YMCA Rocks, and they treated us to many renditions of rock and roll inspired songs as they got ready to move into our kindergarten classes at both Daisy and Gribben. I did not have the chance to attend our other pre-K ceremonies because of my schedule, but I was happy that I got to see them. So congratulations to our youngest pre-K students moving on to kindergarten. Then on the same day, I had the pleasure of attending the Gribben moving up ceremony for the 2nd graders. Here they are all proud, singing a song, and you can see the GCTV crew live streaming their event as their parents proudly looked on. So congratulations to the Gribben students as they move on to Connolly. Here we have our Daisy 2nd grade students. Similarly, they're getting ready to go to 3rd grade at Landing. They're very excited. I got to see them up on the bleachers as they sang their song. Their proud teachers were looking on, and they also shared a video at the end, which was very nice to see, of all their events throughout the year. So congratulations to the 2nd graders moving to Landing. Here we have the Landing moving up ceremony for 5th grade. One very nice tradition that we have at both Landing and Connolly is that the entire graduating class sings the song for the year, their graduation song. So here you see Miss Sack directing them in this song. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend Connolly's moving up ceremony. That's because we had to pivot. We had extreme weather during the last week of school, so several of the graduations had to be moved to the high school. I want to give a big thank you to high school administration, custodial staff, and security because they were able to be flexible and allow for both the middle school and Landing to move on a moment's notice and to hold the graduations indoors. So congratulations to Landing and Connolly moving up to the middle school. I also want to share some an incredible opportunity for our students. The New York State School Boards Association holds a convention every single year. We often go and participate. We have participated and presented the last 2 years. This year, we would like to showcase our students. We have a very talented public relations staff member who's sitting right here in the audience, Ms. Viskovich, and she takes lovely photos. So Ms. Ramos suggested that perhaps we submit some of their photos to see if they are accepted. So we are looking forward to showcasing our students and the wonderful work of Ms. Viskovich as she captures the precious moments of our district. Next, I have had the pleasure on, trying to think of the day, Sunday morning of being in San Antonio as Mr. Klatsky was part of a leadership panel. Mr. Klatsky was chosen to be a part of this panel along with a superintendent and an associate superintendent. The panel was on building a unified vision, leading with purpose and clarity. I was proud to be there to document his achievement, and I'm sharing it with all of you because we should all feel pride in seeing a member of our staff represented on a national stage and speaking so eloquently about leadership and vision. Congratulations, Mr. Klatsky. The next day, another reason we headed to San Antonio, we were chosen as a district to present on our literacy work. We presented, Kristen Schaefer and I presented on collaboration and coaching, vision, alignment, and implementation of a K-5 ELA curriculum. So we were very proud to share with a room of over 60 people the incredible work that our teachers and students have been doing to realign our literacy practices to the science of reading. We shared some very promising data, strong data that we are very proud of. So I wanted to give a shout out to Ms. Schaefer and the literacy team, which includes the 2 literacy coaches, Ms. Russo, Ms. Carfora, and all the members of the ELA alignment teachers. I'll be sharing their names in a few minutes because I have some more literacy news to share, but congratulations to our literacy team. So going through our literacy journey, New York State has passed, as of January 2024, a new law that requires all districts in New York to check and update how we teach literacy for students in pre-K through 3rd grade. So this year, we, along with every school district, have to make sure that we are using the best research-based practices to teach literacy. And the reason for that is we want every child to become a strong reader. Our district, along with every district across the state, needs to complete a form that is known as the literacy attestation. This form is due by September 1st of this year. And fortunately, we as a district have been focusing on literacy instruction. We've made it a priority in our district, and we have aligned our practices to the science of reading. The strong data that we shared nationally, we will be incorporating into the attestation, and I wanted to share this with all of you so that you are aware this work is happening. We have already begun this work, as you can see, and in order to keep ourselves organized in our efforts, we've created this schedule. We started the planning May 2nd. After that first planning meeting, we joined districts across Nassau County and Suffolk County in the Science of Reading think tank. And that took place on May 28th and June 16th. Members of the literacy team that attended included myself, Ms. Schaefer, Ms. Russo, and Ms. Carfora. To include the voices of all of our ELA alignment teachers in pre-K through 3rd grade, we will have a follow-up meeting on July 10th, and the ELA alignment teachers include Ms. Caitlin Gordon, Ms. Notice, Ms. Wolf, Ms. Lynch, Ms. Segal, Ms. DePietro, Ms. Van Omeren, Ms. Maza, and Ms. Paliagos. They will all meet with us on July 10th as we really delve into the literacy attestation form. And then we will hold a district-wide staff review on August 19th. At that point, we will invite PTA representatives as well as Board of Education members before we officially submit our attestation on September 1st. So I wanted to share all of that with the community so that you are aware of our work. And now I will give a little bit of an update on construction. Obviously, Ms. Cahan is our construction expert, as she has versed herself in everything construction and capital projects, as well as bond projects. But I did get to take some photos. These are the photos from Daisy. You can see that the extension is on its way to being built. The different rooms are being added. On the outside, you can see all of that. The elevator shaft has been completed. I know that the Daisy safety team took a tour of the elevator shaft on June 17th, so they have approved it, and they are very happy with it, so that was a very positive thing to see. This today was the high school, so I snuck this photo of the cafeteria through the little sliver of a window, so you can see that work has definitely begun and is on its way. This is very impressive how much has happened in just a few days since the last day of school. This is upstairs in the science wing. This is the old coordinator suite. It has also been gutted because the work there has begun. You can see these are one of the classrooms in the science wing, which will also be worked on. And finally, you can see the grounds crew the construction crew working as well. So those are my updates on construction. And that is my superintendent's report.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Next is our student board member who is not here today, and I
Yes,
can't
so-
remember who it is. Ryan?
So Ryan Martino is our student board member, and he's not here today for a good reason. He's at a golf tournament, but I did speak with his mom, who is very proud of him taking on this new role. We are also sharing something that the board was very supportive of, seeing if he would like to participate in a leadership opportunity that NASA BOCES is offering for students that are student board members. So I've shared all that information, and we cannot wait for him to begin in his official role.
Great. Okay, next we have our first public participation, agenda items only. Try to limit it to about 3 minutes. Any takers? Okay, so we'll move on to the instruction. Oh, you can come up. Okay, so then we'll go on to instructional report. Are you doing both?
Yes, I'll do the instruction. Okay. Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 7 on the instructional report, A Committee on Special Education and B Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Can I get a motion? Leah and Anne, any questions or comments? All in favor? 7. Okay. Teresa, Business Affairs.
Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve item 8B, Business Affairs Operations, numbers 1 through 8.
Can I get a motion? Megan and Maureen, any questions or comments? All in favor? 7. And personnel.
I guess before we do personnel, my question would be for item 11, should we amend to include the 2 appointments from the reorg for the appointment of district data privacy officer as well as appointment of district DASA coordinator to that resolution?
Yes, so both DASA coordinator and data private officer are titles that are added to the assistant superintendent of curriculum, instruction, and technology. So it will have to be as amended.
Okay. So based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 9A certified, numbers 1 through 10.
Can I get a motion? Maria and Brett? Any questions or comments? All in favor? 7.
Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 9A certified, 11 as amended.
Can I get a motion? Megan and Maureen. Any questions or comments? All in favor? 7.
Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 9A certified, 12.
Can I get a motion? Brett and Maria. All in favor? 7.
Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 9B classified, 1 through 7 as amended.
Can I get a motion? Anne and Maria. Any questions, comments? All in favor? 7.
Based on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve agenda item 9C non-classified, 1.
Can I get a motion? Megan and Maureen. All in favor? 7. 7. Okay, just joking. Okay, then we have unfinished business. We have 2 policies. Oh, yeah, Andrew, do you want to announce our new administrator that I almost blew at the beginning?
Sure. So we have a new appointment in attendance tonight, as well as new educators joining our team tonight. So we've seen a lot of talented educators throughout this spring and summer, and 2 of them are in attendance tonight. So first, we'd like to welcome Stephanie Keneally, our new elementary teacher, and Victoria Franco, our new high school assistant principal, who's in attendance tonight. Welcome. And we'd also like to take a moment to congratulate Mr. Klatsky, who is our new Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Technology.
Congratulations and welcome to Glen Cove. And we're back, I guess. Okay. All right. Policies. Andrew, do you want to talk about these, or do we? We have a second reading and a third reading, so.
Sure. So the ex officio student member of the board, this is the policy that really outlines and is a general overview of a practice that we've already had in place here at the district, and that all districts are now required to have an adopted policy. Just a reminder, we're going to be working with the high school in regard to establishing essentially an add-on to this policy. So that way there is more information as to the selection process and the criteria that goes along with being able to run for the school student member of the board. So that's going to be the work that we're going to be doing in the fall. So that way that's outlined by the winter and can be shared with students in a timely manner. In regard to the field trips policy, the updates for the field trips and excursions really supports the changes and the updates that have been happening just in terms of field trips that have been provided and students have had the opportunity to go on. So this is the third reading because we took the feedback after the first reading and applied it to that second reading. And this is the third reading for adoption.
All right. Does anyone have any comments about it or questions? Are we ready to vote on these? Yeah? Okay. Can we vote on them together or do we vote separately? Okay. All right. So can I get a motion to approve both of these policies for the school trips and for the ex officio student member? Leah and Brett, any questions? All right, all in favor? 7? Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks to the policy committee. I'm sure that was a lot. All right, new business. I don't think we have any. And board comments. Do you want to do it? Okay. So welcome, Alexa, to the superintendency.
Thank you.
And we got you a little. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Open it? Oh, yeah, open it.
Should I open the bag? Yes. All right. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, this is amazing. That's old swag. You always use more. And top. And
Cowbell.
a cowbell. And a sweatshirt. Thank you, everyone. This is amazing. Appreciate that.
Okay, we're very excited. Okay, now we'll move on to our final public participation. Any questions or comments, please try to limit to 3 minutes, and please say your name and address. Thanks.
Hi, Alejandra Kusianovich, 51 Buckeye Road. And I wanted to make a comment about the Education Committee, and since you brought up about like federal mandates and SCOTUS decisions, you know, things that are going on, I would like to suggest that I know the board tends to be nonpartisan, and also if there could be information sent out to the parents as to how these specific policies are going to affect the classrooms, you know, like in a nonpartisan and objective way, you know, money being withheld, how that translates so that parents can, you know, maybe choose to follow up, or, you know, just so that they know exactly, because I know a lot of times these things get talked about and, you know, oh, opting in, opting out of things, but how is that going to affect the teachers' instruction time, paperwork, you know, if in the education committee or policy committee, I don't know what it would land on, if you can have maybe ideas of like how to pass this information to parents. That's
Thank you. Yeah, I think we want to try to be as proactive as we can with these issues, so I think the Education Committee will help steer that. Anyone else? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Anne and Leah. All in favor? 7. All right, thank you. Thanks, GCTV. Have a great night, everybody.